Alright, this is my daily report card for May 31st, 2024. Today I would rate my trading as a B. I made an entry in the prior day too early on the front side of the move and held through the drawdown. We saw a reversal pattern with the MACD divergence on the 30-minute chart and I decided to keep holding the trade. How could I have traded this better? Waited for the backside of the move. The drawdown would have been extremely minimal, perhaps a few points at most. I could have added to this long setup on the backside of the move, decreasing my average entry. This is not hindsight bias, I just didn't follow my edge, I ignored it. In fact, this was my A plus trade setup. I was not in a significant drawdown and still had a fair amount of risk to play with, so I should have added another entry when the signal presented itself. All in all, this trade was a winner, but could have been traded bigger and with more precision. So the edges in the trade were, it was a typical A plus mean reversion trade setup. Big picture uptrend still intact. USD Swiss franc in uptrend since beginning of 2024. Pullback was near to support level at 90.10, holding above the 144 daily EMA at 89.50. There was a MACD divergence on the 30-minute chart, a Morningstar candle formation on the 30-minute chart, 70 points below the 144 EMA on the 30-minute chart, indicating massively oversold. My FX book retail client positioning turns bullish, which I will show in the following slide. So this is the USD Swiss franc daily chart, which is the big picture. As you can see, yesterday we had a large move down, about 100 points. Probably the biggest move to the downside we've seen, especially on a closing basis, pretty much all year. And this was due to some comments out of the Swiss National Bank, plus just general USD weakness for the day. So as you can see, we're approaching the support level around 90.10. We didn't quite get there, but my signals on the 30-minute chart showed me or told me that we would likely have a bounce from this point, which we got. So this is the 30-minute chart of the USD Swiss franc on the intraday chart. As you can see, entry was at 90.46. Not a good entry at all. I was believing that we were, I was believing that we were gonna bottom there, but we continued going pretty much the rest of the day, and momentum started slowing into the end of the day. We opened up the next day and we broke below the lows by like 1 point. My max drawdown was 22 points. The ideal entry came right after that. Um, so what I could have done better was to wait for this backside of the move to start showing up instead of trading too early on the front side. So I'd give my entry score maybe a C or a D. However, my exit was almost perfect. I got 20 points out of the trade, and after that point, market dropped 30 points. So I would have been back in a drawdown had I not closed that trade. The average entry was about 90.46. The exit was about 90.65, as you can see on the chart or the image right above the chart. Total profit and loss was 123 or $1,239,920. The Total account size at the time was 166 million. Next is the MyFX book USD Swiss franc retail positioning. So a lot of people might take this as a contrary indicator, but I find that the traders on MyFX book tend to be pretty good. And so either way, whether they're good or not, this shows that there is a increase in open interest to the long side as price is coming down. You can see right at this point here, the shorts start to close, the longs start to open up, and we flip net bullish right around this point here, which was slightly below my entry. We grind lower the rest of the day, and we start to see an even bigger increase in open interest to the long side as price starts to make that backside of the move to the upside. Something like 3,000 lots long, which is not a lot. It's really quite a small position, only like $300 million worth. So a lot of people don't trade the Swiss franc. You'll notice in the euro dollar, there's much bigger open interest, closer to 3 billion or 5 billion actually, like either 2 to 3 billion on longs and shorts at the same time. And so next, I wanted to run over my current open positions. Position number one was orange juice short on the daily chart. Entry was near perfect. I'm still holding this trade, obviously, that's why it's an open position, with a target of 390. Drawdown was 4 points, or around $4,000. Total risk was around $12,500. Stop just above 500, with profit target at 390, with about $100,000 profit target. This is a smaller trade for the account size in general, but the orange juice futures aren't that liquid, so it's about a $500,000 net volume on the trade that I have taken. Well, 489,000 thousand thousand short. And the second trade that I have open is silver short position. This is the daily chart again. I've been in this trade for about 3 days now. Um, as you can see, we're massively overbought, about $6 away from the 144 daily moving average. So this is a swing short. The first target, or the main target, is 30.14, which is the swing low of the daily chart here. And stop loss is 32.34. About 125,000 risk for 315,000 profit. And I'm short 200,000 ounces of silver. And so that wraps up my daily report card for May 31st, 2024.